Hi. Welcome to the next video of the Git learning series. In this video, we will learn about gitignore. Until now, we have created various files in our project. We staged those files, then committed them, pushed them to GitHub, and did many other things. Now, what if there are some special, important files or folders that you do not want to add to the Git system? You do not want Git to track those files and folders. Neither do you want to push those files to the GitHub repository, because these files could contain sensitive information, such as API keys or passwords. So we want the Git system to ignore such files and folders. That's where we use the gitignore. In the gitignore, we will mention which files and folders we do not want to make a part of the Git system. Let's see how to do that. To implement the gitignore, create a file called .gitignore in the root directory of your local project. See, like this. In this file, we will write various rules to ignore certain files and folders. Let's see the rules one by one. First, I will create a file that has all my project passwords and API keys. See, I have created a sensitive file called project passwords. This file could be a text file, an HTML file, or anything else. I want the Git system to ignore this file. So in the .gitignore file, we mention the file name like this. Line number 1 is just a comment. And line number 2 is where we mention the name of our sensitive file. Now this file will never be added to the Git system. It can never be staged, committed, or pushed. But how do we check if it works or not? See, if I comment this line, we see a U mark near the project passwords file. It means Git is following that this file was recently updated. Git is tracking this file. But as soon as I write this line, the U mark goes away. The second way to verify is to use the git status command. See, when I do the git status command, it shows only the name of the .gitignore file here in the untracked files. Nowhere does it mention the name of the project passwords file. Okay. Now, what if I want Git to ignore all the files that are of a certain type? For example, my project may have several log files that have a .log extension. So we can tell Git to ignore all such file that has a .log extension. To do that, we have to write the rule like this. See. An asterisk followed by .log. So if I create some log files in my project, none of them will be tracked by Git. See, I created a file called mylog.log and wrote some data in it. And when I did git status, the name of that file is nowhere mentioned in the untracked files. Okay. Now, what if I want an entire folder in my project to be ignored by Git? I will create a folder. See, I have created a folder called HTML folder. And I have created some HTML files in that folder. Now, what I want is that this entire folder, along with whatever is inside that folder, should be ignored by Git. This is how we do it. See, we write the name of the folder and a / ahead of it. So this entire folder will be ignored by Git. Let's verify with git status. See, nothing about the entire folder is mentioned here. But wait! There is a special file in that folder, which I want to add to the Git system. I have created this new c.html file in this folder. I want the Git system to track this file only in this folder, and ignore the rest of them. This is how we do it. See, earlier we had written HTML folder and a / here. Now we have written an asterisk ahead. That means all the files in this folder should be ignored. But on the next line, we have written that the c.html file should not be ignored. This is how we make an exception for one file in that entire folder. Let's check the Git status. See, now it shows the name of the HTML folder in the untracked things. Why? Because the c.html is getting tracked by Git, and it belongs to the HTML folder. Now, if you want, you may push this .gitignore file to the GitHub, so that the other programmers who are working with you on this project can have the same set of gitignore rules on their end of the project. Or, you may just keep this file on your local project only. Your choice. So that's it. That's how you can tell Git to ignore some files and folders from your project. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.